Put your hands up with me. Yo. Told the Abba, all esteem to the Father. No thanks to your haters proclaiming these false dogmas. Trying to hate on my genre, trying to keep me silent because I don't promote whoremongering, money and violence. They already trying to try, but I ain't tripping these dudes. Social media got me tapped and they blocking my views. I keep it cool because I'm knowing this is temporary. Looking to my Father only in his itinerary. These times preliminary, the great separation amongst us. Only a few in my circle, Abba's helping us function. Shout out to my Irani, happy that you got your babies. This court system ain't never for us. Abba baracking you lately, it's your obedience. I marvel when I see Abba working. Testimony on Shabbat day, Abba moving for certain. Barak Yahuwah. And big love to my big Aksuka. Long hours on the phone with my Ak James Pruitt. Shalom, my brothers. Hey, yeah. Shalom, my people in the trenches. Come on, yeah. That's right.
Shalom, everybody. Welcome to Bragg Faith TV. All praises be to the Most High, Yah. Listen, we coming in today. We want to talk about a certain thing today. You know, everybody's been hitting me up. It's too fine to be found. Are you in position for marriage? It's going to take a twist tonight. I'm just being real with you. Because the Most High dropped something on me earlier today, and I really want to just elaborate on it because he really gave me the understanding on marriage. He gave me some insight on something that I've never seen it really like this in the book before. But ask yourself the question, have you prepared? See, the thing about it, we're preparing for it. There's a natural wedding. Then there's what we're going to talk about in Revelation as well. Revelations 19, 7 and 8. We're going to get into that, but I don't want to move too fast, but I just want to talk about being in position. Being in position to be found. Have you really put yourself in position to be found? Have you put yourself in position to find someone? That's the question tonight. But I really want to take this twist, man. I feel like I got to take this twist because the Most High, I was sitting at work today and he began to show me. I said, "Yeah, what are you saying even the more?" You know, and he took me over to the book of Esther. And I started just, you know, I'm right now, just rock with me. I started looking and I was like, wait a minute. This is not what we think. See, we look at Esther, but we have to look at the example Esther was. See, some of us we have the story. Some of our women have the story that Esther has. Shalom, love. Some of us have the story that Esther has. The background, no mother, no father. Some of us were raised, but some of the women were raised by their uncles or their brothers or their aunts. We can put it in there any kind of way you want to look at. But she was in a position, even though she had the heartache, the break, she had no parents, she lost everybody. We're talking about we're in captivity, we're in a new land, we're in the place we don't know. You know what I'm saying? But Yah started using her. Yah used her for a purpose in a place. Shalom, Eric. Shalom, Brother E. But listen, Yah used her in a place. In that place, the Most High began to prepare her. The Most High began to prepare her to be the wife. First of all, let's talk about this. Bring Ben Yah to the stage, please. I want to bring Ak to the stage, please.
Hey,
Shalom, Aki. Shalom. Shalom, man. Listen, man, the Most High took me, man, on this thing about being in position. We're talking about being found and being in position. Esther was in a place.
Yes, sir.
Esther was in a place, man. And the Most High began to show me about the preparation that she took. See, most of us are preparing. We forget about the shalom, Mora. Yeah. So we forget about the other wedding. We're so busy preparing for the natural that we have forgot that we are being prepared to be married to Mashiach. And I was sitting there and I began to look at Esther. Let me get out my notes, man. I got to bring them out, man. Because I'm not finna rush this. Esther, the second chapter. Esther, we talk about being to be found. And what I want to say is, when you look at Esther in that second chapter, the king had made a feast. The king had made a feast. And when the king got lit, he got a little drink in him. He was happy, all his friends there. He called for my wife, Vashti. So Vashti didn't want to come. She was the queen. She refused to come. She had refused to come to her husband. Now the king called you. You're the queen, but you're not greater than the king. So the king called for her. So she was supposed to come. But Vashti in the second chapter said no, she refused him. And that made him hot. So there was a law decreed that Vashti was no longer being able to come before the king. Vashti was no longer able to come before the king because of the woman thought she had too much in her. She didn't respect the king enough for who he was. And so what happened was that they made his advisors made a decree. And the decree was Vashti cannot come before the king anymore. She cannot come before the king any longer. So it went on for a while and the king was saddened. So they said, let's go find you a version. Let's read that out. Let's start at that. Can you read?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Let's go to that second chapter. Start about that fourth verse.
Mm-hmm. Esther 2 and 4. And let the maiden which pleaseth the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
Okay. Keep going.
Okay. Verse 5. Now in Shushan, the place there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite.
Yes, sir. We talking about Mordecai.
Mm-hmm.
We
Keep going.
talking about Mordecai. Now we see this is a twofold thing. He got the inside man, and come on, where we at? Let's go back.
Verse 6.
Let's skip down. Let's go to 7.
Okay, verse 7. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took her for his own daughter.
Now, everything she went through, all this is preparation. Her uncle was the inside man. She was the maid. She was the maid. She's being prepared now. Now keep going. I'm getting ahead of myself. Come on. Verse 8. Yes, sir.
So it came to pass that when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan in the palace to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, so to the custody of Haggai, the keeper of the women.
Yes, sir. He was brought to Haggai, the keeper of the women. She was brought up. No mother, no father, no anything. She lost it. Her uncle brought her they went into captivity. He was putting her to a place. He got her into a place. So he said, okay, let's go to 9. Because it's going to play out. Keep going.
Yes, sir. Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification.
Yes, sir.
With such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens.
Hold on, man. Listen. The Most High put her in a place of favor. The Most High know that this man needs. My people are here. See, this is so many different options we can roll with this, but I want you to see the preparation. The Most High brought her, he gave her favor. He gave her favor with the keeper of the women. The keeper of the women showed her kindness and gave her everything she needed. He speedily gave her the things for purification. Why? Because I see favor for you, because I believe you going to the king. So I'm going to hurry up and get you everything you need. The scriptures tells us that he has given us all things that pertain unto life and godliness.
Mm-hmm.
So this woman was the salvation for the people to come. But he's also showing us here, he's also, slow down, Sue, slow down. Let's finish reading it out. Because I want you to see what the preparation, shalom, says.
Verse 10?
No, verse 9, we got to finish that out.
Oh, verse 9?
Yeah.
Verse 9, 7. Verse 9, you just want me to start from the beginning?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay, let me start from the beginning. Verse 9. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purification.
Yes, sir.
With such things as belonged to her.
And
7 maidens.
Yes. Remember that, y'all. Remember that. 7 maidens. Keep going.
Which were meet to be given her out of the king's house. And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place in the house of the women.
The Most High set this woman up to purify her. Remember, she's going to see the king. She's going to see the king. She's being prepared to see the king. There's a process that we have to be done before we see the king. See, we're looking at this process as, oh, she's finna go marry that king. But what Yah is showing you is the preparation that you're going to have to meet Hamashiach. This is what he's showing you. I'm giving you an example of what it takes to marry Mashiach. You can't come anyway before the king. And so what happened? Slow. So let's go to verse 10. Remember the 7 maidens. Listen, let me give you some significance about that. What the Most High showed me. That listen, it takes everybody around us sometime to help us prepare to go to the king. It takes everybody around. That's why the scriptures say iron sharpen iron and strengthen another man's countenance. There's a certain way. He brought 7 maidens to her to help her prepare for her to go see the king.
Yes, sir.
I need you to stand out. I need you to be something that the king is going to look out and desire. I need you to be the one when he says, oh my, that's you. I need you. I want you. I want you. I desire you. I desire you. That's what he's saying. The Most High we want the Most High to look out and desire us. So some of us are not even understanding that there's a preparation. We're about to be married to Hamashiach. There's a literal preparation that we have to take place without spot or wrinkle or any such thing. So what did he do? I brought you 7 people that know what the king likes. These 7 people know exactly what the king wants. They know exactly what his heart's desire is. So they're going to help you. Some of us are pushing the help away, and the help is coming. Shalom, Moray. Come on, slow down, baby. Slow down. Because we don't listen. Let's go on to verse 10.
Salaki, if I may.
You jump in, please.
The beautiful part about what you brought out is the 7 people that helped to purify her, to build her, to add to her. She was with people who could go where she could go, because the word says that she and the women that were with her were preferred and they were put in the best place. So you can only build with people of a like mind. I'm reminded of Amos 3:3 that says, shall 2 walk together except they be agreed. You can't build with everybody. She was building with people who were built to go where she was headed.
Okay.
All praises.
All praises. Let me break this to where I'm going is.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you where I'm going with this whole thing. What the Most High showed me. People see Esther, and they see the way they view Esther is Esther was deemed to save the people. She was sacrificing people. The most thing people say when they see Esther is, oh, if I perish, let me perish. But what I'm trying to get you to see right now is the preparation that it took to see the king. There's a preparation that it takes to see the king and to be in the presence of the king. And we have to go through this purification.
Yes, sir.
We have to go through this purification to see the king. We want to be appeasing to the king.
Yes, sir.
We want him to delight when he sees us. This is what he's saying. I need my bride. I want to look at my bride and be like, wow. I want to be amazed. I want to be so at awe, astonished when I look at you. But what the Most High showed me is that, listen, the king's people helped her. All these people worked inside the palace. All of these people, the 7 maidens, were part of the palace. So the king technically supplied everything you need to appease him. This is where I'm walking you to see about the purification, what it takes to actually be the bride of a Mashiach. Many of us want to come a certain way. We want to come half-cocked. We want to come looking a certain way. We want to come making excuses about our attitudes, about our demeanor. And the Most High is saying, listen, I don't care how your garments look. Your ruach is still ugly because your attitude is nasty. You need to go back to the furnace. You need to go back and be purified. So he's showing us through Esther what it takes to get to me. Because I'm always reminded of what my Mori says. You cannot come to the king any kind of way. You cannot come any kind of way. And Esther was an example of how we have to come before him. Listen, the notes, listen, being in position. The word position means to be in a location. It means to be in a place. It means to be set for a certain thing, for a certain situation. Yeah, put it definitely.
Keep going, bro.
God. So I apologize because I definitely want to get into this thing to be found, to be found. Are you in position? Esther was in position. She was brought. Mordecai seen the opportunity, and the Most High put it on his heart. He brought his niece. He put his niece in position. His niece was already beautiful, but there was preparation needed. A lot of you women are already beautiful. A lot of you brothers are handsome, but are you ready to meet the king?
That's the key.
Are you ready to meet the king? It's not how you look. It's what is he appealing to? What is appeasing to him? What looks good to him? What is he saying? Okay, wow. Because Vashti, we don't want that spirit that was on Vashti. She was told she can't come back to the king no more. That attitude she had caused the door to be closed on her. And she was not allowed to come back to the king again. Never. The law decreed, and the law, once it's decreed, is done. And the king signed off on it. And it hurt him. But they said, no, let us find someone. But then let us find someone.
Yes, sir.
And let's go on to the next scripture, please.
Verse 10.
Yes, sir.
Verse 10. Esther had not showed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not show it.
Go down to verse 12.
Okay. And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house.
Verse 12.
No.
That's 11.
Okay. To know how Esther did and what should become of her.
You and now, yeah. Yep, sir. Keep going.
Now, when every maid's turn was come to go to the king Ahasuerus, after that she had been 12 months, according to the manner of the women.
She had been 12 months preparing to see the king. These people, listen, the Most High will bring people that know how to get to him, that know how to prepare you to get to him. We just can't go to the king any kind of way. We come in, we want to rush because we think we know a little something, we feel a little something, and I need to go to the king. No, hold on, slow down. The king desires you to be a righteous bride. He desires you to be full of him. He desires for you to understand that, listen, I want you to appease me. 12 months, this man, in a man, what it means was, listen, she had been 12 months according to the manner of the women. According to the manner of women, it was a law. It was a decree that any woman that wanted to go to the king, they had to do this process. They had to do this process to get to the king. Now, when we naturally, so speaking of trying to get in position to be with someone, when we go to be with that person, or are we just rushing? We need to take the process naturally so as well. Apply what Esther did naturally so. It's 12 months. She purified herself. They were making sure she had no diseases, no blemishes, no skin marks. Okay. So listen, what I'm talking about is being in position. I'm talking about being in position. And what I mean by being in position, being in position is me being purified. I'm talking about being purified. I'm talking about going through the process to meet the king. When we get married to someone, there's a preparation. Some of us try to skip the preparation. We try to skip it, but we have to slow down and take our time and do what Esther did. Because I'm marrying a man or I'm marrying a woman. She's my queen. She's my king. So how do I want to come in that way? How do I want to come in? How do I want to be presented to them? I want to be appeasing to them. I want to be appeasing to them. Some of us have so many hangups, so many things that, we're like, wait a minute, hold up. What's that? What's that? We still trying to bring in a lot of the old into what Yah is trying to make new. And he's giving us example of how to be in position. How do we be in position? By purifying ourselves, by cleansing. How would a man cleanse his ways? By taking heed to his word. By taking heed to the word. Many of us, we hear the word, but is the word going in us and actually cleansing us?
Yes, sir.
Is it changing our minds? Is it changing our mindset? Is it changing the way we think, the way we act, the way we move, the way we perceive? We want to be in position. We want to be found, but we still got this stinking thinking about us. We still perceive things the wrong way. We still in our feelings. We still in our emotions. We still look at people the wrong way. We still judge things the wrong way. When he said, "To whom is pure, all things are pure." So we want marriage. We want marriage, but do we want it the right way? Do we want it according to the scripts? Do we want the purification? I don't want you to be the old way when you come to me. I don't want that. I want the new man. Because that's what Christ desires of me. He doesn't want me the old way. He wants the new man. He wants that bride to have his mind. So we talk about being in position to being in position, but being in position means, have we changed our mindset? Have we actually took on a Mashiach? Have we actually started saying, "Yah, I see this in me. I see this way about me. I see I'm thinking this way. I see I still react the wrong way. I still talk the same way. I still move the same way. I still got bitterness, Yah. But okay, I want to be healed so I can be in position. I want to marry this person. I want to be with them. I want to, but am I really in position to be that what they need?"
Yes, sir.
Can I, pull it? Can we double up? Can I double a man's years right now? Can I be Ecclesiastes 26:1? Can I double that man's years? All praise. Come on, I'll jump in.
It's interesting because what you're talking about is something that the Most High, when he set the order, he did it from the beginning. Because when you look at what Adam was given from the beginning, Adam was given a place to live, an assignment, work to do in the garden. And all of that was presented with Adam before he got Eve. So by the time Eve comes into the picture, she's not coming into his life and he's trying to figure himself out. She's coming into something that's prepared. Now her role in what's already prepared from the beginning is something that helps him. So she's ready to be found and he's ready to find because there's order. She's not coming in insecurity. She's coming into security. She's coming into a prepared place because before the Most High would allow those two to be put together, he had to have Adam in the right place in order for Eve to be brought in the picture.
I agree with you 1,000%. I agree with you 1,000%. The Most High wants us. He wants us when he puts us together. He wants us to enjoy each other. You know what I'm saying? He wants us to come to him and say, "Okay, Yah, this is me. This is what I'm dealing with. I want to be. I want to be ready for something. I want to be ready for marriage. The problem is we're putting people together by looks in the side. We're putting together people by looks, what they think, what they feel. You know what I'm saying? No, but what the scripture told me, and Isaac, let's go to, can you pull up that scripture? It says Genesis 2:28.
Yes, sir.
Genesis 2:28. So we'll understand why he brings us together. Why he brings us together. We have to understand when he puts something together, it can't just be for the looks, because all that is that's just the added bonus to it, man. The sex and all that, and the making love and all that, that's the creaming on the cake. But what he does is when we look at Genesis 2:28, you got
there's only 25 verses in
Genesis 2?
Genesis 2, yes, sir. There's
24, I'm sorry, 24. Is it 24?
Okay, yes, sir. You're 24?
For this cause.
Okay.
It might be a different version. We'll read the one though.
So therefore shall a man leave his father and mother, and shall cleave unto his wife, and they shall be one flesh.
One version says, for this cause shall a man leave his mother and father. Another version says, for this reason shall a man leave his mother and father. When we understand the cause and the reason, you know what I'm saying, then we begin to prepare for the cause and the reason. Because marriage is supposed to resemble the wedding that happens in Revelations 19:7 and 8. It's supposed to resemble the wedding. People are supposed to see you and see your marriage and see them the Most High and say, what is about that? But we listen, let me slow down because I left my principle because it's what they said. Listen, purifying ourselves is putting ourselves in position. Purifying ourselves like Esther did, taking our time, getting it going before the Most High, and being honest with the Most High. Listen, this is me. I still got this thinking. I still got this attitude. I'm still sharp-tongued. I still say things the wrong way. I still respond the wrong way. My feelings are live. They're live wire, y'all. I need deliverance, y'all. Because I want to be effective in the cause that you're putting me in. I don't want to be the old person trying to be in a new cause that don't work. I don't want to be that person in a cause and it's something new, but I'm still old. And then one of us is new and one of us is old. And then we're trying to mix the new with the old. And it doesn't work like that. Because one is delivered, one is not. One thinks a certain way, the other one doesn't. One has the mind of a mind shock, the other doesn't. So when we talk about being found, we need to start by being found by being at the feet of the Most High.
Yes, sir.
And start being and asking for deliverance, asking y'all to wash us and purge us with His word, so we can be effective for the cause. So we can be effective for the move of the Most High. That's the problem with a lot of people. They don't want to sit at the feet. We got to sit at the feet. We got to hear from the Most High. We got to be there. We got to be cleansed. We got to be purified. Because He wants a prime example. Then again, He wants to be pleased with what we put together.
Yes, sir.
When He sees a marriage, He wants to be pleased. And saying, okay, I like that. I like that right there. You can jump in anytime.
Okay. I mean, it's crazy that you bring that up because when you were talking about for this cause and things of that nature, Matthew 9, I'm going to start at verse 14, and it gets into like the steps it takes to prepare for the cause. It says, then came to him the disciples of John saying, why do we and the Pharisees fast often, but thy disciples fast not? And Yahushua said unto them, can the children of the bridegroom mourn as long as the bridegroom is with them? But the days will come when the bridegroom shall be taken from them, and then they shall fast. But no man putteth a piece of new cloth on old garments, for that which is put in to fill it up, take it from the garment, and is rent and the rent is made worse. Neither do men put new wine into old bottles, else the bottles break and the wine runneth out, and the bottles perish, but the new wine in new bottles, they're both preserved. So it get into what you were just talking about, how those new pieces or that newness has to be prepared for. We can't come to expecting the new thing with the old ways or the old garments. There has to be a mortification of the deeds of the flesh, that old temperament, that old attitude that you're talking about. So my past relationships can't come into my new relationship. I can't have how I dealt with dudes in the past or how I dealt with females in the past. I can't bring this into my new relationship. You know, the worst is if any man be in Yahweh Shai, he is a new creature. So our newness must first start with the Father. And then as we grow in the Father, he prepares us for the female or the male that you have. And I'm saying male and female, meaning man and woman. I'm not talking this new stuff.
Genders,
yeah, we got to clarify because, you know, just in case, I don't believe that we got those out there. But, you know, just in case, we believe the traditional values according to Scripture.
And that's crazy, because in this preparation, once you start to see yourself free of certain things,
yes, sir,
then your confidence grows in the Most High. Mm-hmm. When you start to see yourself delivered, when you start to see yourself free of your past fears, your past hangups, your past things, then you feel like, oh my God, thank you, Your appreciation, he causes you to sit there even more, because knowing that you want to be married, you want to be better for someone. Mm-hmm. Knowing that I want to be married, I want to be delivered. Mm-hmm. I see me being delivered. Oh, I didn't respond to that. So, all praise be the Most High. Yeah, give me some more. Make me better even the more. Mm-hmm. I want to be, when I meet someone, I don't want them to see the old me. I don't want them to see that. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this question. Let me put this question to you, because the Most High is giving you great understanding on this. I'll put this question to you. Now, does that change or that elevation into being found, or for someone to find someone, does that start with first that prioritization of the one who put this thing together for this cause?
It starts with him.
Yes, sir.
It starts very much so. It starts right there with him. What was the scripture say? Will a young man cleanse his ways?
Yes, sir.
By taking heed to the word.
Psalms 119:9. Yes, sir.
Come on now. What did he tell Joshua? He said, listen, you meditate on this day and night. Mm-hmm. Then you're going to make your way prosperous.
Yes, sir.
That's the only way we're going to be changed. That's the only way we're going to be purified, is to take heed to this word. It's to take heed to, go ahead.
So then as men in seeking the Father, we then have eyes to see what we need to find. And the sisters in seeking the Father, they are prepared to be found by the one with the white eyes.
Come on, Con.
I'm flowing off for you, man.
Yeah, facts. Man. Facts, because in this thing, understanding this, man, I asked the question, man. I didn't understand. I said, why did you give me all this after this? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Understanding this, because when we're wanting the Most High, we want the Most High. Let me put it like this. Slow down. So when we're seeking the Most High, we're wanting everything He has for us. Mm-hmm. But everything, and all that includes the furnace of afflictions. It includes the trials. It includes the tests. It includes all that, so He can burn out. So because He wants a better product for Himself as well. Mm-hmm. It's not just our preparation for the man or the woman. It's our preparation for Him to look good to Him. First, we want to be that example to Him first. And when we understand that, I want to appear ready for Him. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
I'm like, okay, what do you think of me? Are you pleased with me? Am I good enough to be pushed with somebody that you have? Somebody that you cleaned up?
Yeah.
Your polish, am I good enough for that polished gem that you separate? That one that you cleaned up over there, you cleaned her mind. You washed her, you purged her, you decorated her, you put her together, you decorated with fine ornaments. You did her like you did Esther. You put her through the oil and the myrrh for 6 months. Then you put her through the other purification process for another 6 months. And then you said, okay, she's ready to see the king. She's ready for the king that I has for her, or he's ready for the queen that I has for her. Am I pleasing to you for that matter?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I'm pleasing to him, I'm ready to be found.
Mm-hmm. And it's amazing with that, because we've been harping on Deuteronomy 8:2 for a minute.
Yeah.
And it's got 2 verses. I'm gonna throw it right back to you.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. You take your time, bro.
Matter of fact, are you able to pull up a verse?
Yes, sir.
Go hold Joshua 24:13. I'm going to land back, because what I want to show is the Father is not asking us to do anything that he didn't already do. When you talk about one being to find someone and
yes,
two
sir.
to be found. So he prepared the bride in a sense for the blessing. Deuteronomy 8:2 said, thou shalt remember, matter of fact, let me start at verse 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall you observe and do, that ye may live and multiply and go in and possess the land which the Most High swear unto your fathers. And thou shalt remember all the way, all the preparation,
yes, sir,
which the Most High, thy Elohim, led thee these 40 years in the wilderness. So that 12 months is equivalent or a sign or shadow of the 40 years. You talk about the preparation to humble thee and to prove thee and to know thee what was in thy heart, whether thou wouldest keepest the commandments. Can you give me that Joshua 24:13?
Yes, sir. You sure can. Joshua 24:13.
Mm-hmm.
Right here. And I have given you a land for which ye did not labor, and cities which ye built not, and ye dwelled in them. Of the vineyards and the olive yards which ye planted not, do ye eat.
So the Most High took us, after he prepared us, after we went through the purification process,
yes, sir,
the preparation process that you're talking about, he took us into the land of Canaan, and the land of Canaan was a prepared place. He gave us cities that we didn't build, vineyards that we didn't plant. In other words, he did for us what you see this process being played out for Vashti, and you see this process being played out for Eve. You see when I think Rebecca came in, she met Isaac. Isaac had already had his life prepared and set up. So the sisters come into a prepared place, but their mindset or their temperament, their attitude had to be ready to be found in order for the Most High to be able to put them with the man that was to find them. Go ahead. I'm just bouncing off of you, brother. That's all.
That's a good bounce. That's a good bounce. Because when we talk about preparation, we thinking, okay, let's go money, houses, cars, and land.
Yes, sir.
That's what the natural thinking of it is. That's fine. Don't get me wrong. That's fine. But it's your ruach, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you up to par spiritually so? Because you can have a woman that got all type of money, you can have a man that got all type of money, but that Negro spirit or her spirit is garbage. And then you're like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? You look good on the outer appearance, but inside you're like ravenous wolf and dead man bones. But the Most High is like, wait a minute, hold up. I want to give you someone that I took through the furnace. Because look when I bring it out the furnace, you're gonna be purified. The mind is gonna think the same way. Because why? You both came out of the furnace. You both been through the purification process.
Thank you, Father.
You both had your mind, hallelujah. You both had your minds wiped and renewed.
Yes, sir.
You both have the mind of a Mashiach. You both have the Ruach HaKodesh living on the inside of you. You both are thinking the same thing. Now the husband, now you know when you found someone, you know how to treat her. You know how to do 1 Peter 2:8, 2:7-8. You know how to treat her as the weaker vessel. You know how to do that. You know how to treat her because she's a joint heir to the grace of life with you. You know how to speak to her. Verse 8 in 1 Peter 3:8 says, listen, and be of the same mind. Those are people that have been through the furnace. Those are people that have been prepared. We're talking about the mind. We're talking about being prepared. When you look naturally, so, okay, yeah, your credit is great. Oh, you're done. You did this. You did that. Oh, brother, you bought everything. You good. You good. But yet still, I got somewhat against you because naturally you good.
Mm.
But you don't really know me.
Mm.
You don't know me like you're supposed to know me. I need you to know me in dire situations. I need you to know me in dire straits. I need you to know how to pray for the man when all hell break loose.
Yes, sir.
How you know that? Because you've been in the furnace with me. You've been prepared with me. You've been laid up. You let me prepare you. I need you to know how to speak when the winds are raging, when the storm is cut loose. How do you speak? A prepared mind is going to say, baby, hold on. We're going to pray.
Yes, sir.
But the unprepared mind is going to say, why you got me in this? And what is all this? And it's going to go fleshly on you.
It's crazy because a lot of times when, from a male perspective, if there's an instance where we feel helpless, we take it out on those that we are with or closest to us. So an unprepared mind or a man who's not ready to find a woman will be the type that will pass the buck, the woman you gave me. Or the reason why I'm not successful is because of this, that, and the other, because of what you're not doing. Instead of being a man, going before the Most High and finding out what it is that I need to do, Father, because you trusted me with them.
Yes, sir.
I got this wife, I got these kids, but I'm blaming her instead of,
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We want the things of them. We want the thing. I want to be found.
Mm-hmm.
But he's trying to say, listen, I need you right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
I need you right here because I really want to show you what it means to be found.
Yes, sir.
I want to show you you.
Yes, sir.
I want to show you what not to do. I want to show you how to act in the midst of certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you how to be in certain situations. You know, I can only go back on my history. You know what I'm saying? On what I did and how I came through certain things.
Yes, sir.
And you have to be patient. You got to learn how to operate in the fruit of the Ruach. You got to know how to do that. You can't operate in your flesh, and you can't get in your flesh because in your flesh, there's no good thing.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of us don't know how to differentiate that because the flesh tends to override us. And the Most High is saying, listen, I need you right here. You're not done yet. You're not done. I need to burn that up right there. I need to prepare that right there. I got to refine that area right there because you're still reacting.
Mm-hmm.
You still got the old thinking. You're ready to go off. You're ready to trip. You're ready to flip. You're ready to cut somebody out. You're ready to have at it. You're ready to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I need you to sit right here. I can't take him out. No, turn him a little bit. Turn the fire up a little bit over there. Turn that right there. I need to burn that out right there. That one area right there. We good over here, but I need to get that area right there.
That refinement.
I need to burn that out right there.
Yes, sir.
It's not the color is not even. You know, when the color on a painting, you know what I'm saying, they burning something or they painting something, they're like, oh, that color don't match up, man. We got to do that again. And they got to sand that part down because if they paint over it, the color still is not gonna match. So they got to sand it down to all the way down to the bone, you know what I'm saying? So we can paint it and match it the same color.
Yes,
that's
sir.
what happens when we try to jump out the fire so quick and run to be something that we're not. And we're seeing, oh, I'm prepared. No, and the first storm comes, oh, Jesus cares thou not we perish.
So it's safe to say, based on what you're talking about tonight, that how we are with the Father will be indicative of what we bring to the marriage. So, if it's not prioritized with the brothers, you're gonna get a sister. You're not gonna prioritize your wife. You're not gonna prioritize your children.
Come on.
And same thing with the sisters. If you're not prioritizing y'all, how you treating y'all now will be how you treat your husband. So we had the tendency to take him for granted, you know, not spend that time, you know, give half-hearted prayers, study every now and then. If that's how we doing y'all now, this is how we're gonna do each other when we come into the marriage.
Connie, that says a lot right there, huh?
Because to be found and to find.
Yeah, to be found and to find.
Yes, sir.
And listen, the position is on your knees. The position is on your knees. Man. Let me say something to y'all. Marriage is work. Marriage is work.
Yes, sir.
Do you? Oh, they look. Oh, you see us on trips. You see us over here. You see us, but you don't know all the hell we done been through.
Yes, sir.
You don't know the fighting that we've been through to hold on to what we have and to better what we have. There's war, there's fight. When I'm not talking about one another, I'm talking about to stay loving, to stay moving, to stay one.
Mm-hmm.
Because you gotta watch out for each other. You gotta know how to protect each other. You gotta know how to take criticism from one another.
Yes,
you gotta
sir.
know how to take the word from one another. It can't just be one give and just one take. You gotta work together.
Mm.
And how do you do that? By staying there with the Most High, receiving instructions.
Yes, sir.
To lead a home, we gotta be led by the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers, let me talk to you for a minute. To lead a home, we have to be led by the Most High. I look at my brother, for example, man, right here, Binyah, man, and I'm gonna use you as an example. Right?
Well, I'm open book, man. I'm sitting there
when
thinking all the mistakes I made.
He led, I looked at how you led the home. When we first got here, you didn't have work for a long time. But where was he at? He wasn't nowhere pouting. He was before the Most High.
Yes, sir.
Every time he turned up, Sue, I was in Ecclesiastes all day, all praise. Sue, I was over here. But he was prepared and he was supporting his wife at every getting turn, being there for the kids, doing this and doing that, not over here in despair because I don't have, or because it looked like a certain way. But the man of Yah was before Yah, getting instructions and getting favor from the Most High.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you all this, favor is better than money.
Mm.
I was taught that years ago, favor is better than money.
Yes, sir.
You can have $1 million, but I'll be favorable with the billionaire.
Yes, sir.
So we have to understand what it takes to be who we need to be for each other. And being found, we need to be found at the foot of the Most High, seeking the Most High. Go ahead, Al.
But the thing was, even with that, I was thinking about some other stuff. I was thinking about lessons that I should have learned that I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Shout out to my our AP Moray, Eugene Copeland Jr.
Yeah.
And his wife, Cheryl. I mean,
Great
I was
people.
telling their kids they were over here a couple of days ago, and I was like, I never seen your parents argue. I ain't never said they ain't have a disagreement. But I'm talking about like an argument. Like me and my wife have had arguments, not
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I was sitting there, I was thinking about some of the moments that I wish I had this understanding that we're talking about coming into the marriage, because you're right. During that time that I was going through that was that humbling process. And what the Most High was showing me in that process is I have to love him even more than I love the woman that he gave me. And there's a time when you think that you can be doing the right thing, but be doing it all wrong for so long. And I was doing it wrong for so long from a standpoint, I still needed to prioritize him because he's the one that put it together. And a lot of times what we try to do is we try to do a God thing without the Father. It don't work like that. So what he did was he took me through a serious humbling process to let me know I don't need you to take care of your family. I can do that on my own. But what I need you is to be the son that I need you to be. And then in being the son that I need you to be, you'll be a better husband, a better father, etc. Even when there's times when stuff kick up, because he's showing me how to stay in character and stay in place. It makes it better to get through even the tough moments that you have in your home, because you understand that you have a place in him and you have to do what he has to say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So he taught you how to deal with her emotions.
Big time. Big time.
He
taught me how to stay focused.
Yes, sir.
Because the word, I can't go before the Father and say the woman you gave me.
Come on, we can't do that.
I can't blame him.
No.
He gave me an assignment. And it's crazy because you look at Matthew 6:33, seek ye first his kingdom and his righteousness. He showed me in that period, everything starts with me seeking him first. So if I want to improve my marriage, seek him. If I want to be a better father, seek him. Whatever it is I desire, it starts with him.
Yeah.
I've got to plug into the source.
Yes, sir.
So I wish, and this is maybe some talks that we need to have with our young men. I know I talk to my son about these things often. Learn what I didn't do, learn what I'm doing. But I think these are kind of talks that we need to have with the young man when you talk about preparation. Because you want to jump into bed, want to do the do, but are you prepared for the consequences? Are you prepared to make that woman a wife? What does that look like? Well, according to scripture, Eve was in a prepared place.
Yeah.
When Rebecca met Isaac, that was a prepared situation.
Yes,
Rachel,
sir.
prepared situation. The nation of Israel went into prepared situation. I like shout out to my brother Broderick. Nasia, you know, our niece Nasia got married. That young man worked to prepare for a place to take his new bride, to marry his new bride, our niece Nasia, and he took her to a prepared place where they had their own situation, their own housing, etc.
Yes,
Too
sir.
many brothers want to lay down with the sisters, but they don't have anything prepared for that. So
yeah, that's a lot, because a lot of the brothers, man, still have this worldly mindset.
yes, sir.
They still have that pimp mindset, that player mindset. Listen, we over here. If you in the mindset, I don't need to see that in you, bro.
Yes, sir.
I don't need to see that, because that woman will see that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And too many of our sisters have seen that, and a lot of our sisters have given up on being prepared.
Yes, sir.
Because what we're doing, we're finding a lot of dudes that have masqueraded the preparedness.
Mm-hmm.
They have masqueraded being like they're prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And they sound good. They look good. They got the head wraps. They got the fringes on. And they sound good. But if you pull the sheet off, the cupboard is bare.
No relationship.
It's nothing, no relationship there. He's not going to be able to pray you through a lick of anything.
And pray. No word.
Come on, man.
No wisdom.
No wisdom.
The heat come up, they will.
Need some help. He's going, Jesus will.
Yes, sir.
God, you know, we got in our my sisters, and even to my brothers, you got to discern. You got to discern.
Discern.
You got to discern, because a lot of folk play the part. See, was in there too. All praise to the Most High for our producer. Yeah, we're gonna keep it moving. But listen, understanding that I need to be found, to find, and to be found. And are you in position? Have you been with Yah? Have you? First question to all that right there was said in this topic. Have you been with Yah? Do you know Yah? Do you know Hamashiach in the fellowship of his suffering? Have you been across the water with him? Have you encountered the man that was called Legion? Have you encountered certain situations? What do you know about the Ruach? What do you know about the depths of the Most High? What can you teach this woman? What can you give her that'll sustain her? What bread can you give? What bread and manna can you give her that'll build her? What word can you give to her that'll build her faith? What word that you can give her that'll set her on fire for the Most High? I'm not talking about the bed. Come on, I jump in. I'm not talking about the bed.
I won't cut you off. You flowing. Yeah.
What can you do? Yeah, your credit is good. Your money is good. But when life hit with things of the Ruach, with these Ruach-filled storms, when I mean these storms have different spirits behind them, coming to try you to see if, okay, let's test his home. Oh, he's been looking stout. Do we have permission to go after him? Oh, go after him. Can you stand to that?
Yes, sir.
Can you focus in the storm?
It's crazy because we're to war that good warfare by the prophecies spoken over us, the assignment given to us. And so when Adam was given a suitable helpmeet,
come on, man.
What happens is we frustrate the helpmeet because we're not able to communicate the vision.
God.
So you can't find anyone until you know where you're going. So as I'm
say that one more time. Say that one more time.
You can't find anyone until you know where you're going. Because as I'm seeking the Father, he's going to help me find the suitable helpmeet to come alongside me and partner with me to achieve the vision.
Come on.
She can become pregnant with my vision because she's built for my vision.
Beautiful.
My assignment. but I need to know my assignment.
Yeah, do you know it?
Yeah.
Con. And then some of us haven't been handed assignments because we're not prepared.
Not before the Father.
I can't give you an assignment because you haven't been here you haven't been in the classroom.
Mm.
So I can't let you take the test because you haven't been in the classroom.
Mm.
A teacher will tell you, no, I'm not going to let you take the test because you haven't been here.
Yes, sir.
We haven't seen you for months.
Mm.
We haven't seen you for weeks. But you want to come in here. This is not off your knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
This is not off the world's wisdom. When I give you someone, I'm going to give you a wisdom because I've given you a cause.
The cause.
Come on. So I'm giving you Isaiah 10 and 10.
Yes, sir.
The spirit of knowledge, the spirit of wisdom, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be upon him. We take that, and I'm giving you this because I'm giving you a cause. So this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding is for this cause.
This cause.
And it's going to benefit you in this cause.
So I need to find someone that fits this cause.
Come on.
Whatever I'm caused here to do, I need to find that one that fits that cause.
That cause.
Yeah.
That cause.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that can pick you up in the ruach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be with you to know you. See, that's what we understand. When you got someone that don't have to be with you, but they can feel you. Hey, baby, what's going on? Listen, you come up in the ruach. What's going on? I feel you.
Mm-hmm.
How you doing? What's up?
Mm-hmm.
What's going on? Talk to me. And he'd be like, what the heck? That turns me on.
Because she understands the cause.
She understands the cause, and she's in tune with the cause.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you need a man that has a cause, you know what I'm saying, that you can be in tune with.
She see you deviating, it's because she know where you're supposed to be going. She can say to you, Suka,
yeah,
this is where you're supposed to be headed.
Come on.
My wife called me puffy, shy, whatever. Shy, this is where you're supposed to be headed. But she understands the cause. She got it. So we got to find the cause in order to let her know the cause so she can help me stay on cause.
Come on. Exactly.
Like that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the Most High will set that individual off for you. Shout out to Apostle Kazak, man. Shout out to my sister Siobhan. Love you, Siobhan. Put that up. She said, no assigning of an assignment when we're not in alignment.
We got bars tonight.
Yes, sir. All crazy. And that's so true. I can't assign you if you are not aligned. You know, and we have to understand how do we line up, man? We line up with that word. We line up with that word and go back to let me finish it off with Esther. Esther's assignment was eventually to actually free the people.
Which is so deep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which she had to be prepared to free the people.
Mm-hmm.
Because to come appease the king, you couldn't come any kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
See, the assignment was to appease the king.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let me say it again. The assignment was to appease and attract and get the attention and the favor and the love and the adoration from the king.
Mm-hmm.
And she was prepared. And the Most High will prepare you. He will send people to be with you to help prepare you to appease him.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because if you appease him, you definitely gonna appease the man or the woman that you with.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because what you see then is the remedy to what's ailing our community.
Come on.
We got men that got to step up and find the cause so that way they can find the helpmeet. And the helpmeet has to know the cause in order to, when the tribulation comes, we can save the people.
Yes.
We couldn't save the people without knowing the cause. Why she was there. She was, like you always saying, there's an inside man. She was put in place so that way when it came time for the Amalekites to do what they were going to do,
come on,
you already had somebody in place for the cause.
Come on.
The saving of Israel.
Yeah. And I speak in it's crazy, man, because when we talk about that, man,
Yes,
the
sir.
Most High got a lot of us in certain positions. We're at certain companies. And the Most High wants to prepare you to be what he needs you to be in that company.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be prepared. We got to start thinking different. How do we think different? By sitting at his feet.
Mm-hmm.
We start sitting at his feet. We start communicating different. We start reading more. We start applying more. We start getting in tune with him, asking him questions, and then he'll start giving us directions and understanding because he's positioning us.
Yes, sir.
He's positioning us.
Mm.
And then when we get on our P's and Q's, he sends the right person to help fortify your position. He helps fortify your position with the person that he sends.
Yes, sir.
They're going to come in. What Apostle Kazak said, that's why the enemy is promoting so much confusion between males and females to throw off purposes.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Aki Khan, you're right, Apostle.
It's beautiful you said that because especially in our community, we have the men who we're at the sisters, and then the sisters are strong or have to be strong and independent, so-called independent, for so long that we don't understand that each other's inherent strengths are something that if we can actually get these things to work together, it'll make us effective in moving in the way that the Most High calls us to move to the healing of our nation.
Come on, man.
Too busy fighting.
Too busy bumping heads.
They're the weaker vessel, and you're going to submit and yield to me. But brother, what is she submitting to? She got to know your cause in order to submit, one. But then two, sisters, I don't need you to be strong in the areas that I'm already strong in.
Come on, man.
I need you to partner with me. And
okay,
if I'm weak in this area, I need you to pick me up right there. You are to fit alongside me, and this is how we build, how we grow.
This is how we grow. I love what you just said, man. That camaraderie, that unity, that oneness, that's what he's talking about. And when he gave me an understanding a while back. He gave me an understanding when two become one. He said he wraps us with the threefold cord and we become threefold. He said, listen, people are so worried about what's outside the cord. He said, because I made you one and I wrapped around you. Then when you become that one flesh, he said, if I'm for you, who could be against you? So nobody can take the cord off you. Nobody can take the cord off you. Let me say that nobody can take the cord off.
Yes, sir.
If Yah be for you, who can be against you?
That's it.
Nobody can take the cord off. And he said, listen, you too busy looking on the outside. He said, it's the inside. It's us. He said, when you begin to try to have your own mind, when you begin to try to have your own thoughts away from each other,
it's destruction.
You start to pull away. So what you do is you reach out and start to pull the cord off because you don't want to be part of the threefold cord no more.
Yes, sir.
Because you thought, oh, I'm not. I with my own mind now. I'm with my own mind. You ain't thinking I'm gonna do. I'm thinking like that. But no, what you're doing, you're pulling off the cord. You're pulling off your security.
Yes,
you're
sir.
breaking away from the oneness. You're not a unit no more. Now you become separate. Now you have no protection. Now you have no covering.
Yes, sir.
Because you're not one mind. Because you broke it off, because that's why you got to stay sharp on each other. That's why you got to encourage one another. That's why you got to build one another. So you can have that oneness. You can have that sharp. You can have that union. We got to say, babe, we got to think the same thing. We got to speak the same thing. We got to move the same way.
That all start with that prioritization of the Father. Like, if she not seeking, and you're not seeking, there's not ever going to be that 3-4 cord or that oneness that you're talking about. The Father is the cause. He is the cause. He said he put in us the will, both to will and to do his good pleasure. We're created to do his good pleasure.
Come on. Exactly, man. Exactly, man. And that's what in his good pleasure is to see a successful union.
His good pleasure is to give us the kingdom.
Come on. Come on. That's even more.
Yeah.
Even more for us to strive together to keep the unity of the faith in the marriage. To keep that unity of the faith, we got to prioritize the will of the Most High over our feelings and emotions. We got to prioritize that over the way what it might look like.
Yeah.
See, we got to understand the enemy paints pictures too. The enemy paints pictures too.
Yes, he
tries to make you see something different too. He tries to disturb you to make your vision foggy. He tries to disturb you to make it foggy because he wants you to think emotional. He don't want you to think about a ruach. He wants you to continually have an excuse not to think what the ruach would do. He doesn't want us to think like that, people. He doesn't want us to move. He doesn't want us to perceive. We talk about we talk. Oh man, listen, just let me have my time. Just let me have my feeling. No, I don't need you just to do that. Because that right there gonna lead. That's a seed being planted. When you talk about just let me have my time, just let me think on it, man. Just let me feel the way I'm feeling. No.
Yes, sir.
That's a seed that's gonna hatch later.
Yes, sir.
We don't want that hatching later. That seed might bury itself and come up 2 or 3 years later. You got to understand what's being planted in you. How we speaking to one another. In life, listen, when we learn how to speak to one another, that's more than half the battle. When we learn how to speak to one another and we learn how to speak life to one another, we need to speak life to one another.
Yes, sir.
We need to learn that. How do we learn that? By sitting before the Most High. Sitting down and listening to how he speaks to us. How he teaches us. He said, husbands, he said, what? Treat your wife as the weaker vessel. Treat her according to knowledge. Treating her as the weaker vessel. Why? Because she is joint heirs to the grace of life with you, that your prayers don't be hindered. Why? Because when you get in your flesh and start treating her like that, Yah is not healing you. He's not hearing division in the home. He's not hearing you until you guys make that right. Some of you wonder, even the married folks that are now, wonder why you stagnant in certain areas. Because Yah is not hearing you, because y'all still got hardness and heart against each other for certain situations. You really haven't forgiven one another. You really haven't given, because why? It still shows in your communication. It still shows in the way you treat each other. It shows in how you touch each other. It shows in how you move with each other. You get what I'm saying? And Yah said, I want to heal that, because I want to see a difference right there. I want to show you that, listen, because I forgave you. I didn't know what you did to get you. I forgave you. I need your life. I need this marriage to be an example. So let's go back and get that thing that's 10 years old, that's 5 years old, that's 2 years old, that's 3 years old, that's still hindering you guys from being where I need you. Okay, you're good here, but that thing right there, that unforgiveness right there, is still there. You might not think so, but look at how you talk to her. Look at how you respond to her. Look at how you talk to him. Look at how you respond to him. Why does everything trigger your past? When you say you've forgiven, why does everything trigger you on something that you said you forget?
You still got them old skins.
Still got them old skin.
Yes,
Why
sir.
are you still triggered by that? Why? Because you haven't forgave. And the Most High saying forgive, so I can bless and I can show you. He wants to move. And he wants to prepare those that are even married now, that haven't had no training, that haven't had any understanding. They just been walking the walk. They've been coming here in precept messages. They've been coming here in non-ruach filled messages. They've been coming hearing what man is saying, but they need a word from Yah. Yah is saying, I'm ready to heal your marriage.
Yes, sir.
To show you the delight, that I will delight in this, but I want to heal that thing that y'all been struggling with for years. All that compound hurt, I want to knock it out the park.
Yes, Father.
I want to go deep in y'all. I want to go back to y'all, to the beginning when a lot of hurt, and y'all built on a lot of hurt. I'm going to knock it all down and I'm going to rebuild it. So y'all, listen, I love sessions like this where the Ruach just has his way. I'm not always organized, everybody. I'm not. Forgive me. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I wanted to say when I came on. You know, sometimes he'll say something different. But that's for another part, because we're going to hammer on this, because my future marriage, I want to be excellent. I want to be better. I want to be I want to be the better. I want to be better. I want to be better. I want to be healed of everything. I want to flow so I can lead the right way, even the better. Okay, all right. So what, Suk? You think you know to know? You don't know that. I didn't been told that. You don't know. You don't sit down.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down. Let me show you something. They're like, oh, I didn't know that. I know you didn't. You're walking right by. Let's go. It's a good thing when we start to see ourselves. It's a good thing. Quit being scared to see you. Quit being scared to see you. Any departing words, your brother?
No, I thank you for having me on. I didn't know where you were going with this.
I didn't either.
Far from a bill standpoint, but it was some things that you brought out tonight that I needed to go back myself and re-examine, because I don't come as one, especially in the area of marriage, that has it all together. But I appreciate the opportunity, and just to understand that the key to healing us as a nation is, one, the man prioritizing Yah, the woman prioritizing Yah, and in that we are able to find that one, and she is able to be found. And so if you take anything away from that, understand that part, prioritize Yah. And then as you prioritizing Yah, you will find her, and she will be ready to be found, because she should be prioritizing Yah too. That I will. Thank you for having me.
Listen, we'll be back next Tuesday. We'll figure out where we're going, talk to our producer. But listen, be encouraged.
Yeah.
Be strengthened in your ruach. Be encouraged. I pray that the spirit of the living Yah enters your home.
Yeah.
It begins to bring joy again into your homes.
Healing.
Laughter, healing.
Yeah.
He begins to bring the pleasure back in your homes.
Yes.
Joyful times, the camaraderie in your homes.
Mm-hmm.
Even if for those that are by themselves, I speak peace and total shalom to you.
Friendship.
In the mighty name of Hamashiach.
Yes, sir.
We need Yah. We need you to prioritize Yah.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua 1, verse 1 through 8 through 9 is the mindset we need to take.
Yes, sir.
Because that is the mind of a Mashiach.
Mm-hmm.
My meat is to do the will of my Father who sent me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And when we get that mindset, we'll be able to be found. You singles, keep yourselves. Quit entertaining everything. You brothers, get out of that porn. Get out all them reels that show all that nasty junk.
Yes,
get out off that Instagram looking at booties and titties and everything. Get off that junk, man.
Yes,
that ain't gonna do nothing but keep your spirit dirty.
They do.
That's gonna keep you cloudy.
Get you distracted.
That's all it's gonna do. You sisters that's looking at these bare-chested dudes, come on now. Keep yourself.
Yes, sir.
Keep yourself. Keep yourself. Shield yourself. Want a clean mind. Want to be clean before the Father. Esther had to come clean. She had to come different to get his attention. And with that being said, I love y'all. Shalom. Y'all have a blessed evening.
Shalom, family.
Shalom.
Shalom.
You are Jehovah.